All right, welcome. Today, we're not digging into a news article or some dense research paper. Nope, we're going to deconstruct a daily devotional to see how it works from the inside out. We're going to look at the anatomy of its message, how it takes one single idea and builds it into a powerful call to action.
So everything we're about to look at is built on this one single verse from the Gospel of Matthew. Seriously. You can think of it as the foundational brick, the source code for the entire message. Everything that follows is designed to unpack and expand on this one single sentence.
So first up, let's see how the devotional takes this ancient verse and immediately makes it relevant, framing it as a powerful theme for the reader, right here, right now. Right off the bat, you can see they frame the day's topic, the authority of Jesus to heal, inside this much bigger month-long focus. This creates context and repetition, and it makes today's message feel like it's just one part of this ongoing, really important event. Okay, next, let's look at how the document goes from just quoting a piece of scripture to laying down a broad, powerful doctrine. This is a key step. So you see, the source isn't just repeating a verse here. It's actively interpreting it for you. It defines this authority to heal as an absolute, all-encompassing power. This establishes a core belief, a doctrine that the reader is meant to understand and accept as fact. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because you can see how they expand that original verse into this universal guarantee. The key words here, and they're really important, are all and no. These words just blow the scope wide open to cover every possible affliction, leaving absolutely zero room for exceptions. So, this is the crucial point, right? How do you take this big, abstract belief and turn it into something concrete, something personal that the reader can actually do? How do you get from believing to doing? Well, here's how. The devotional gives you a super clear 4-step guide. Honestly, this is a brilliant piece of message construction. It takes a pretty complex theological idea and boils it down into a simple, practical process that anyone can follow. It's designed to be immediately actionable. And just to make it even more direct, to remove any guesswork at all, the source gives you a pre-written prayer. It's basically a script. It's for the reader to follow, making sure they complete that call to action exactly as it was intended. Okay, and now the message pivots. Watch this. Let's see how this very personal action gets connected to a huge organizational mission. The focus is about to shift from the individual outward to the collective. 500 million. Just let that number sink in. This is the stated goal of the ministry behind the devotional. It's called Operation 500 Million Souls for Christ. This huge, ambitious number completely reframes the reader's personal experience. Suddenly, it's part of this massive global effort. So then, the source channels that personal belief, that newfound conviction, into 3 very distinct pathways for supporting the organization's global vision. You can pray, you can serve, or you can give. Each one is a clear next step for getting more involved. And finally, let's look at the modern infrastructure that's used to build and sustain this global community, especially here in the digital age. And this is just brilliant. It really illustrates the ministry's global coordination. By listing out specific prayer times across all these different time zones, from Nigeria to the USA to India, it creates this feeling of a continuous 24-hour cycle of prayer. It's a community that quite literally never sleeps. So you see, this isn't just about a paper or an email devotional. That's just the gateway. It's the entrance to a whole digital ecosystem, one that's designed to push out messages, podcasts, and videos across a ton of popular platforms. They're meeting their audience exactly where they already are online. So what we've really seen here is a masterclass in how to build a message. It's this systematic journey that carefully guides the reader all the way from a single verse to a personal prayer, and then finally to joining a digitally connected global movement. And that really leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? We've just seen how modern technology can take an ancient message and just amplify it on a global scale. So the big question is, what does this mean for the future of community and belief in our increasingly connected world?